I didn't expect me to be first. Oh my gosh.
Hey, friend.
Hello.
And tagging. Give the people your name.
My name is Xander Walker. I am 39. I currently live in Columbus, Ohio. I'm a February Pisces. My pronouns are he, they, and daddy.
Ooh, did you say daddy?
Yes, I did.
Ah, imagine a non-binary that you could call daddy. Oh, I think that did something to my spirit. Um, and what is your sexual orientation? How do you identify as far as sexual orientation?
That's a really great question. I lately it's getting real gray. Like I used to identify exclusively as a cis gay man, and as I've come into my transition as a non-binary person, I've been exploring all these different areas of things that I've been interested in for a while, but wasn't sure how to communicate those things. I um my last long-term relationship was with a trans masculine person. I'm into I don't know. I like to, I don't have a type. I have genres. I feel like I'd like to say there are different types of people, but like it's not exclusive to gender or expression. Like I'll say this: I don't at this particular moment. I don't romantically find myself interested in cis women.
I
I'm
think
trying to figure out where I fit in the world, I guess.
so. What do you do for a living, friend?
Um, I how do I put this? I'm trying to figure out what I want to say because it's like it's kind of public facing. It's whatever. I'm an executive news producer. I've been in TV journalism for about 15 years. Right now, I kind of do a bit of hybrid things, but I'm a newsroom leader. Um, and that's my passion is being a voice for the voiceless, telling stories, giving out important information, educating people through that way. So that's kind of like traditional media would be my platform, I guess, like TV and online.
So, friend, do you think that you're ready for love?
Yes, I think I'm ready for love. I will also say I don't know if I'm ready for commitment in terms of exclusivity, especially not that. I don't see myself exclusive right now. I don't know where I fit in the poly spectrum. A lot of times I feel like I'm poly single, which means that like I would love to have connections and partnerships with people, but I don't want somebody nesting with me full time. I want to. The reason I still would like to say solo is because there's some things that I want to do as an individual that are really important to me professionally. Um, like when I think about starting a family, I want to do it by myself. I know that sounds weird, but I just that's just where my mind is in terms of where my goals are at. I'm already a career dad to two sons. I'm the oldest of three kids, so I'm used to doing those kind of things. And like I kind of want to do that on an individual basis, but I do want to have people in my life and important, meaningful
And
connections.
and capacity?
Yeah. And I think that's possible. I don't necessarily need like it could even just be one person, but like I want them to know that like there are gonna be times when at the end of the day I just need to be in my own space, in my own room, just by myself, just for my own mental health and well being. That's what help that's genuinely one of the things that makes me thrive and makes me happy. I'm not gonna say I get lonely. I get the need for connection and relationship with other people, but I don't know if I want it in the same way as a lot of folks do. I've had that so much in my life. I've had people under me. I had to take care of people. I had to like be attached to folks. I just want to get to know me and enjoy me in a way with other people that still gives us both individuality and freedom.
I get it. It makes sense to me. I'm finding it more common come across people who see themselves living alone. And for all who isn't familiar with the lingo that he used, he said that he's not interested in a nesting partner, right?
Yeah.
A nesting partner is basically a living, a living
Mhm.
boyfriend, living girlfriend, living spouse, whatever. And
Yeah.
these can even find people who are married who don't live together.
Yeah. I think one of the things that led to my relationship not working out. We were together 5 years. Most of it we were long distance, and it was beautiful, and it worked out very well. And I think we thought that it was going to get to that level of moving together, get married, do the traditional thing. And about a year and some change after living with each other, I just realized that this isn't me. and this is the one I wanted. And there was no animosity against them. I love them dearly. Like we're still, I still, adore them. But it was, when people say it's not USB, I truly meant that. And I was just in a different place, and I realized that I wanted different things than I thought I wanted 5 or 6 years ago. I'm 39 now. Back then, I was in my early 30s. So the whole world had changed since then. My world had changed since then. I get from being cis to non-binary, like from gay to queer. My politics about things changed. My sexual expression changed. My willingness to be fiercely myself has all evolved in that time. And I realized as I was getting older and knocking on middle age that I needed to take the reins and control of my life. Couple of different trends when I talked about what we're talking with on online said that they like gay boys, but gay boys aren't into them. And I wanted to be like, well, are you sure about that? Because some of us are, but I also don't identify as a gay boy anymore. So it's weird. But so it's this gray area that I'm trying to find a way to fit into to make dating and meeting people just more accessible and safe for everybody. And I don't know what to do. It's basically where I'm at.
How long was your longest relationship?
5 years and some change.
5 years.
And we broke up in January.
And how long have you been single now?
Since January. Late January. So that's what, 5 6 months, give or take? 7?
I would say 7.
Yeah.
About 7. And give us some of your strengths.
I'm assertive. I'm independent. I'm creative. I have a sense of humor. I like to cook. I love romantic gestures. I love taking people out. I love doing those kind of cheesy, cutesy things. I love sending cards, doing those little kind of reminders. Um, I'm not great with building things with my hands, but I'm learning to, and I like digging into that kind of stuff. Except cards. I don't fuck with cards. Like furniture, electronics, I got you. Cards, not so much. Like video games. But I think but I guess my biggest strength is that I'm supportive and I will take care of you. When I will be there when it's needed. Whatever I got to do, I do.
I get that impression from you just knowing you. What are some of your weaknesses?
That what's the word I'm looking for? I'm hard-headed. I have very strong beliefs in things, and I will go to bat. Sometimes even come off like a bulldozer if I'm arguing a point and I believe in it. It's hard for me to admit I'm wrong. There are some times when I would even know that I'm wrong, and I would just argue just for the sake of saving face. I've worked on that. I've been working on that a lot. I'm late a lot. I'm not good at schedules. I'm easily distracted. So if you're a person that when we're on a date and you don't want me looking at my phone, it's gonna be a battle. But that doesn't mean I'm not present. But it means that it's gonna take me a lot to not just be mind wandering. Mm-hmm. And I can be. It's weird. I can be impulsive when I'm not at work. I can just be okay, I want to go build this today, so I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go spend this money and do this and that and the third. I'd like to go on a trip now, so I'm just gonna do that. It's not. I don't always put a lot of forethought into breaking down all those kind of things. Yeah.
I'm not mad at that. Some people wouldn't consider that a weakness. What are some deal breakers for you?
I guess racism. I don't know how else to put that. Anti-blackness, any form of anti-blackness, any form of transphobia, any of those big isms. But specifically, just an unwillingness to let go and unlearn white supremacy. Because a lot of those things are all rooted in that same regard. Also, somebody that is okay and comfortable with dancing anywhere. If you can't do that, one of my favorite days is we were in a spice store smelling like pepper and start dancing. I may look a little uptight, but I need somebody who's gonna be able to have fun with me like that. If you take yourself too seriously, can't have random fun, then it's a no.
Would you consider yourself more of a dominant or submissive?
Well, I go by daddy, if that answers that question.
Next question. Is physical intimacy important for you in relationships?
Yes. Not necessarily or always sex, but I'm touchy feely. I like to know you're there. I like to cuddle. I like to be held. I mean, there are times when I like to cocoon, but there are times when I just want to be embraced. I just want you to like sit on my lap or like, be shoulder to shoulder or sorry, or it's just be like holding hands. I just love that kind of shit. And no matter where it is, I don't have a problem with PDA. Straight people do anything, every time, everywhere, at any moment, whenever they want to, in front of any audience. We can hold hands.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the least we can do.
Yeah. And if you're a gay boy who date me, people gonna think we straight. What's your age range for dating?
It used to be 25, but I think I've moved it up to 30.
30 to what?
Oh, that's a good question. This may sound extreme, but I would say 50.
When were you last physically intimate with a person?
So, to me, sex and intimacy aren't always the same. I said last time I was intimate. They might be watching this. When I was in DC for Black Pride, a friend of mine came up to me and we made out in front of these people, and they didn't know what to do with what our vibe was or what our energy was. We're friends, who are friendly, and that moment still sticks out to me. It's probably one of the more intimate moments I've had in the past 6-7 months.
I take it.
Hands down.
Why not them? Why are y'all just friendly?
I don't know if I could date another Pisces, for one. And I think there is a bit of an age gap there that I just like in terms of relationship wise that I don't think we're sometimes being a friend is more intimate than being a lover, I think. And in this moment, in this instance, I think that's the case. Do
I asked Jay, was you the one kissing Jay?
Yes, it was Jay.
Do you have income requirements for a partner? Would you like somebody to make a certain amount of money?
Not a certain amount. I will say I've been lucky for this for the most part of my life. I was at one point I ended up being a sugar daddy and I didn't know it. And whew, that was what I've learned from that experience is that if I care about people and I want to like show them that, or if they're like, especially through distance, and I'll just get them something. I'm not gonna hand you physical. I don't even do that with my siblings unless you actually need it. Like, because like to me that's tangible, that's real, that is a meeting a specific need or a specific want. And I'm not a cash machine because that makes it impersonable. I think in the age of like cash app and stuff like that, I'll do stuff like for people's birthday, but nothing where like I don't want to create a situation where you are expecting me to do like material, superficial things for you on a regular basis, and that becomes transactional in our relationship. And I don't want. As long as you are able to be a partner in our partnership in terms of sustainability, that's what I'm looking for. I don't think I need a certain income requirement. But I'm also not raising a child again, until I'm ready to do that. If that makes sense.
I dig it. Do you know your love language?
Yes. Words of affirmation and physical touch and gifts. I prefer giving gifts, like physical touch, love words of affirmation, and I love giving words of affirmation. Quality time is in there, but like I feel like sometimes that can cross over into those other areas. So.
Yeah, I agree. Night in or night out?
Night in.
Would you consider marriage in the future?
Here's the only reason I would. And like I've kind of almost like got like a marriage of convenience planned with a friend of mine because she is disabled, and when she ages off of her parents' insurance, I would marry her to help her. Outside of that, I don't know. I haven't met that person.
Are you open to relocating for love?
Nope. Did that once.
Gotta come to Columbus. They gotta come to Ohio.
Like I did like it. It would have to be it would the love and the life path opportunities would have to cross because I moved for love and it was a mistake.
What specifically do you think makes you a great partner?
Did I know who I am and already love myself?
Word.
I'm going to love you as much as I love me. I think that showing up in that way, I've learned and experienced is probably the most important thing.
Underscore Xander. That is underscore XANDER underscore WALKER.
Yes. It's also the same thing on Twitter and on TikTok. It's Xander's News, all one word.